Although I do not use the following command very often, it will provide a good example for creating a custom icon and adding it to the custom toolbar. From the Draw pull-down menu, I have shown you that I can select Block and select Define Attributes. This brings up the Attribute Definition dialog box. I'm going to close that, and looking at the command line below, it appears that I can also type in this command, so I will do so right now. ATTDEF and enter. It works from the command line. I'm going to close this, and I would now like to add an icon, or sometimes as AutoCAD refers to it, a button that performs this command. So I'm going to right click any icon from my new toolbar and select Customize. Before I go ahead and customize a new button, I want to show you by clicking the line command, it shows the button properties for this button. It is the line command, it creates a single line segment, shows the command, and then it has a macro associated with the button. There is a Control-C, Control-C. This is the equivalent of tapping the escape key twice, and it is meant to terminate any existing command before performing the line command. The underscore indicates that you would like this command to work on all versions of AutoCAD, not just the English version. With that said, I'm going back to the Commands tab. I'm going to scroll down and select User Defined. I'd like a User Defined button in my new toolbar. So I'm going to select the text, and I'm going to click in this space which appears to be empty, but it actually has a blank button. I'm going to click and drag, and I'm going to drop. I do not have to hold down the Control key because the cursor is already showing me a plus sign, which means that it is copying this user-defined button. I now release, and I have a new button in my toolbar. I'm going to select this button, and it shows me the button properties. I'd like to give it a name. And I would like to give it a description. Creating a new attribute definition, and I want it to appear just like all the other buttons. The macro associated with this button, it already begins with the Control-C, Control-C, which is the two escape key sequences. I'm going to use an underscore, and I'm going to type the command. I can now select Apply, and it has applied it to my new button. As you can see, it reads attribute definition for the name, and the description is shown below the command line. And now I need to create an image. I can start from scratch, or I can use a pre-existing image and edit that image. So I'm going to select this image, and I will select Edit. This is my button editor. I can turn the grid on or turn the grid off. I can draw individual pixels using the colors that I have on the right hand side. I can draw a line, circle, or I can erase pixels. I'm now going to erase this arrow, and then I'm going to draw some pixels, putting some light color back here, maybe to show a little bit of a shadow, and selecting this red color here, and just making it appear a little different than the other buttons. As I'm making changes here to the button, it is showing me how it will appear when I have it in the toolbar. And I can spend a lot of time making modifications to this. For now, I will leave it as is, and I will move to Save As. Save As, I'd like to place this with the other AutoCAD files. I have a shortcut to my AutoCAD 2005 support directory. I'm going to double click that. I'm going to create a new folder. Titling it Bitmap Icon. Double click inside and giving this file a name. And it will save it as a bitmap. Selecting Save. And now I can close. And I can select Apply. And I can now close this and test the new button. I will click on it and it opens the Attribute Definition dialog box. If I was in the middle of another command, for example line, and I go to this icon and select it, you'll notice that it cancels out of the line command first and then allows me to select Attribute Definition. So it is always important to have that Control-C, Control-C in front of every single command when you create custom buttons.